3 proven ways to get a six-pack. Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Diamonds, founder of Sculpt by Science. Personally, for me, getting abs and starting at a high body fat percentage is guaranteed. I've also had clients who thought it was impossible, and that changed once they started taking steps in the right direction. All of these people are busy professionals with a family and have made these 3 strategies a part of their day-to-day life. Their family follows it too. Getting a six-pack is one of the most desired goals for many gym goers and people in general. Having a shredded midsection is synonymous with being fit. Both men and women strive to get that chiseled abdominal look. I know I did when I first started my fitness journey. I've done this year after year and improved upon my research and knowledge, lost fat and gained muscle at an improved rate every year. And I can tell you that it will take more than just doing 100 crunches. In this video, I'll tell you the 3 proven ways to get a six-pack, backed by science, and my experience from myself and my clients. But guys, before we jump into the first step to support the channel, the work that goes into making these videos, the research, filming, editing, and for the YouTube algorithm, gently tap the like button. It would be greatly appreciated, and if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing. The most well-known and prominent abdominal muscle is the rectus abdominis, which is responsible for the six-pack look. Having a strong rectus abdominis is essential for maintaining good posture. It assists with the lumbar flexion, the rounding of the lower back, and allows to perform normal day-to-day activities, such as bending over or standing upright. The external obliques, the largest of your abdominal muscles, are responsible for trunk rotation. They are on either side of your rectus abdominis. This motion is controlled by the external oblique on the opposite side of the direction that you're twisting. Internal obliques are responsible for twisting and turning, but they rotate the trunk to the same side. And then finally, there's the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest of the ab muscles, and it's also vital in ensuring good core strength. It plays a crucial role in everyday movements, protecting and stabilizing the spine. Having an outstanding core and six-pack requires 3 simple steps. Step number 1, it's a caloric deficit. You can't outwork a bad diet. The first step to being able to remove all the fat covering the abs is a negative energy balance. A calorie is a measurement, just like a teaspoon or an inch. Calories are the amount of energy released when your body breaks down, digests, and absorbs the food. The more calories a food has, the more energy it can provide to your body. When you eat more calories than what your body needs, your body stores that extra calories as body fat. Even a fat-free food can have a lot of calories. Excess calories in any form can be stored as body fat. So to use your body fat, you need to be eating less calories than what your body burns and/or burn more calories than what you eat. If you're not exactly sure where to start or how to figure out how many calories you should be eating to lose fat, my advice is using a free macro calculator app such as MyFitnessPal. The first step when using the app is to identify your goal, which should be to lose fat. Input all the other details, your age, height, weight, days you want to train, and voila, it'll give you a suggested caloric intake. Because we're looking to build muscle tissue, I highly recommend a high protein intake. Some general rule of thumbs are 1 gram of protein per centimeter of height. So let's say you're 6 foot, that's 183 centimeters, then you want to eat roughly 183 grams of protein, or the traditional 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, then you should be eating 200 grams of protein. You can also take the average of both and use that. I usually calculate 20 to 25% of my total calories and allocate that towards fat, and the remaining calories and macros goes towards carbohydrate. Our goal is to reveal the six-pack beneath fat. We need to incorporate eating enough protein to aid in muscle growth and recovery. I can't stress enough the importance of tracking food. It's nearly impossible to reach your desired goal without knowing exactly what and how much you're eating. I say this to all my clients. The more detail you pay attention to in your diet, the more detail you'll see in your body. How to do this? Now, we're all very different people with different routines and different schedules. Some people are very busy and some people have time. And you need to figure out a strategy that works exactly for you. And I do this with my clients. We have extensive conversations about what their day-to-day is like, and I build a strategy for them. If you're interested and you're a busy professional who needs this help, there's a link in the description. You'll go through the application, we'll jump on a call together, myself and you, and we'll figure this out. But my recommendations are, if you're a busy individual, you have no time, spend 1 day just tracking your calories, and then all you need to do is really weigh the food and make sure you're eating the same amount each and every single day. take it a step further, you can meal prep 3 days worth of meals, let's say on Sunday for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Wednesday, meal prep for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and keep on repeating 2 days worth of cooking for an entire week's worth of results. Those are some of the strategies you can utilize. And then simply just tracking on MyFitnessPal. We tend to say that it's too difficult. All you do is open the app like you would Instagram, scan the barcode, and that's it. Or search for chicken breast and put in the exact amount that you put on the weight scale. We tend to set these limiting beliefs on ourselves, so I highly recommend either meal prep or track. It's easy. Step 2, resistance training. Once you've had the diet in check and we've established a caloric deficit to help reveal those abs, we now need to train our abs to make them pop. Exercise 1, ab crunches. The rectus abdominis is responsible for flexion of the trunk, and we can mimic this movement to grow them. According to the EMG data from Boak, Burns, and Buskies, the ab crunch is the best exercise to target your upper abs. Form is extremely crucial when performing this exercise. It will determine if you'll be able to properly develop your abs. With an ab crunch, focus on getting a deep contraction, as much flexion of the spine as possible. To allow maximum flexion, exhale. And as you crunch, and imagine curling your head into your knees. Now that we've talked about the upper abs, let's talk about the lower abs. According to the EMG data from Boak, Burns, and Buskies, the hanging leg raise is a fantastic exercise for targeting your lower abs. This can be done at home or at the gym. But if you're a beginner, I suggest you start out with a lying leg raise, with your hands to the side or pressing on the floor down or using a weight to hold it down. Engage your core while doing this movement and while lifting your legs in unison upwards towards the ceiling. Doing an appropriate leg raise requires a well-trained core. It will take some time before you master this movement. Hence, why starting with a lying leg raise is what I recommend. So, to reiterate, if you're a beginner and you want to do it at home, take your hands, put it to the side of your head, and put it under the sofa or any weight that can help stabilize you. Before raising your leg, engage your core, and then raise your leg high enough where you still feel the tension, and then slowly bring it down. Now, that's a beginner movement. If you want to add more weight, then you can do a hanging knee raise, which puts the center of gravity further away, adds a bit more weight to the abs, and it helps develop the lower abs. And then finally, the hanging leg raise is amazing. Finally, the last exercise, the oblique abdominals work harder in twisting actions. The external oblique rotating the trunk to the opposite side, while the internal oblique rotates it to the same side. Thus, in right trunk rotation, the right internal and left external obliques are active. The EMG data from Boak, Burns, and Buskies also goes to show that in the case of the rectus abdominis and the external and internal oblique muscles, true isolation is impossible. Every time you engage in any type of core exercise, both the central as well as the lateral stabilizers, in other words, the rectus abdominis and the obliques will be working. That being said, my all-time favorite oblique exercise, as I believe it completes that aesthetic look, is cable wood choppers, as it provides lateral flexion and trunk rotation. The home version of this workout would be a Russian twist. To increase the difficulty and the load on the obliques, you can twist holding a weight. If you're a beginner, do these 3 exercises every 3 days. And if you're more experienced and you'd like to develop your six-pack abs faster, then do these every 2 days. No excuses, you can do them at the gym or even at home. In the long term, as you keep on building muscle and adding muscle tissue to your abs, you'll be able to see them at a higher body fat percentage. Step 3 is cardio. My first recommendation is informal cardio, which is walking. Accumulate a minimum, and you can set yourself this goal is 8,000 steps. This way you can ensure that you have a good baseline in terms of overall activity. Now, depending if you're busier, moderate intensity steady state cardio is fantastic, like walking uphill on a treadmill or just hiking, for example, with your family. And finally, if you're really pressed for time, throwing in high intensity interval training can be really great. However, it can be taxing on the body. Personally, as a coach, I like to use all 3 of these variations to figure out what's best for you. So you need to figure out what's best for you, and what I like to do is I have steps, that's mandatory, 8,000 steps and more, and then I incorporate either moderate intensity steady state cardio or high intensity interval training. Use all the tools you can to achieve your goal. And the final thing I want to say as an outro, getting a six-pack takes time. Most people stick to it for a month, 2 months, even 4 months. It can take 6 months or even a year, depending on your body fat percentage. So what I recommend is take photos of yourself and also weigh yourself weekly at least same location, same time, and compare and ask yourself, are you making progress? If you are, you're headed in the right direction. And let's say it takes a year. At the end of the year, you'll have a six-pack for the rest of your life. And you want to do this in a sustainable manner. Crash diets and things that are unsustainable is not what I recommend. But I'm in the comments down below. Ask me anything in terms of being able to get the six-pack, how long it will take. I'm there for you. And also leave the video with a like, and that's going to enter you into the giveaway to win a gift card of HP Labs, Alpha Elite, or Gymshark. I do this in every single video, and I announce the winners in the comment section down below by pinning their comment. And you can see the last videos people have won, and I've sent it to them. But I'll leave the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.